Hey everyone, welcome to the mission briefing, a Trekyards mission briefing with myself, Connor Cockins.
And myself, Captain Foley.
But you are a captain of this bright, big universe of Star Trek. There are captains Janeway and Picard and Cisco and Proton and Archer. But today we're looking at ships from the Trek universe. Could be one of these, could be another one. Stuart, what are we looking at today?
We're looking at one that... Is it part of the Trek universe? I don't know. It's kind of an oddity.
It's such an oddity, it's great.
I guess I could give you a clue. I should snap my fingers, and I should go black and white, monochromatic.
Yes, we're doing that for this episode. We're now black and white. It's a black and white episode, Trekyards. Done.
Anyway, no. We're looking at Captain Proton's ship from Tom Paris's holodeck adventures of Captain Proton, which is loosely based on Flash Gordon from the 1950s or 30s or 40s, whatever it was.
There are multiple iterations of that anyway. But yeah, now this is a great one because why are we doing this? Well, A, it's fun, and B, there was actually a 3D model made for Voyager. And we have the Voyager scene, a lot of files. This is the one from Voyager, which is pretty interesting and funny and weird, and there's a few things we can learn from it. But it's just nice to see an oddity. Like you say, it's in Voyager, but it's in a sort of meta of Voyager. It's in the show within Voyager.
Yeah.
So it's canon, but it's a fake canon. So Stuart, what do you think of the design of Captain Proton's rocket ship?
It's very cool. It's very cool. It's actually very, very much better than the Flash Gordon ones that it's kind of based on. They put a little more thought into it. They kind of Star Trekified the Flash Gordon aesthetic a bit, which I don't have a problem with. I think it's kind of neat.
Now, do you remember remembering it from the show? And do you have any impressions when you saw it? Because I never knew there was a 3D model, so I'm kind of blown away. I was able to make these renders.
I do remember seeing it, but yeah, I never really gave it much thought. I just assumed that. Why not use a model? They could have used a little model and had the smoke trailing up instead of actually like creating a CG one, because that's what the feel they're going for. So I don't know. I never really thought about it. I remember seeing it and thinking, that looks very Flash Gordonish, and then continued on the adventure kind of thing. So
kind of weird to see on Trekyards now, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So this walks the line between Fleet Yards and Trekyards a little bit.
Ooh.
This could be released in both formats.
Interesting. Yeah. For me, yeah, it's a rocket ship, and it's quite a neat one. I mean, it's very simple. It's very chrome. I like the double wings, I guess, the double protrusion wings. I like the little detailing, the kind of nacelle pylon bottom bits, the obvious door, the big ass logo on it, and the top window hatches.
Maybe those are solar panels.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, it's a rocket ship. It's a sci-fi 50s, 60s rocket ship. This is kind of a funny episode. It's not sort of a joke episode, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of got that 1940s look because it looks like a blimp. Looks like a Zeppelin.
It does, absolutely. But
it's got that shape.
But the blimps have high engines. If you go to the next picture, Stuart, this is the engine module of the Captain Proton ship. I mean, what do you think? How advanced does the engines of this vessel look compared to, say, a shuttle? Or, I mean, what do you think?
It looks pretty good. It could be an alien ship of the week if you change a few things on it and modernize them a little bit. That shape, I have no problem with as being a thrust engine. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. Actually, it looks like a dart from behind. You just want to throw it.
It does.
It's even got the point at the front.
Although, if you took out the bottom fin and added like a secondary hull element. Not like a full secondary hull we can go from Constitution class, but something else there. You could probably make it a ship of the week. Yeah, I think you could retrofit this. I mean, it's a thruster nozzle. I was kind of leading you in. You didn't even take the bait there. You went too serious with it. It's a thruster nozzle, Stuart.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it looks good. I think they did a good job at making that old 50 style look. So, but they're used to designing advanced starships in this show, so it's kind of fun departure for them, I'm sure. Going to the next picture, we get a close-up of the front of the hull and the emblem. Captain Proton emblem, which is very interesting. It looks like the old 1950s, the TV, when the TV channel was off the air.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know what they were going for there, but that's the feel I get from it. So
It's very electric, those lightning bolts coming out. It's quite a dynamic one, but it doesn't really say anything to me. I was trying to think, does it
yeah,
look like a proton, electronical field? I don't know.
possibly,
Maybe.
possibly.
I don't know. Yeah, that was just a close up for that. But the next picture is the detail section with the door and the wing and the bolts.
Rivets, not bolts.
Rivets, sorry. I mean, functionally speaking, Stuart, why do you think there are these sort of plates in the wing module to come out and then on the back? I mean, what do you think they serve? What purpose?
Yeah, that's a good question. I got nothing. They're the high speed stabilizers, maybe. It's kind of like a warp stabilizer, but different because there's no warp. I don't know.
What if they're EM propulsion field generators?
Ooh, I like that.
Because you've got the thrust from behind, but maybe they help stabilize you in flight by creating an EM field that polarizes and charges the ionic atmosphere, and so having the three keeps it stable and keeps it controllable while the other one gives it thrust.
Absolutely. I think you hit the nail right on the head. You read the technical manual, didn't you?
Hey, Rick has secret technical manuals just locked away for all these ships, and we talk to him on a regular basis about these things.
Speaking of, did Rick design this? Do we know?
I don't know. I wonder who did. That's interesting. I mean, to be fair, what is there to design? But I don't know.
Well, somebody had to. Might have been a collaborative effort, maybe, by the looks of it.
Might have been in-house the VFX department. I mean, maybe. We'll have to find out.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, we'll have to find out at some point.
Yeah. Well, we can. That's the beauty of Trekyards. But the fin on the side there looks very reminiscent of almost like an Oberth class warp nacelle from the side. You know, a little bit at the back there. I'm grasping at straws right now.
That's why the Oberth commander, the Oberth design team took inspiration from. They were big Captain Proton fans. Must have been.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
But the next picture is a shot from the inside. I remember that big pad panel thing on the right hand side where they push a button and it does everything. I mean, I don't know what to think about this interior. I mean,
it's typical Flash Gordon style interior. Lots of big boxy computers with blinky lights and buttons, kind of like 1960s Star Trek.
Yay!
Only not. Yeah.
But Stuart,
yeah.
The question is: have you always wondered about scale? About Captain Proton, about his universe? What is the size of his famous rocket ship?
No, I really haven't.
Literally never, I'm guessing.
No, it never crossed my mind.
So, for the question that no one's ever asked...
But I have a feeling you're going to tell me all about it and show us a great diagram
if you got the next picture, there's the scale of the ship based on the model.
Oh.
Because why not?
It's Delta Flyer size-ish.
Yeah. I mean, it's an advanced rocket ship. It's pretty big. You know, it's got... I mean, that makes sense. It's got probably one big... the one big room is the cabin, a bedroom, ensuite, like we said in the previous episode. It's pretty big size considering it's a pretty functional. Yeah.
It's nice. That's how Tom can fly it so easily, and because he's used to the Delta Flyer in real life, same size. You can, fly down corridors to destroy reactor cores and big ball weapons. Oh, that's the wrong universe.
That's also the wrong timeline. That's thousands of years ago. We're in the future.
I'm so sorry.
But at least it has fins. I mean, they have a similar fin aesthetic.
You have to have fins for a hot rod. I'm telling you. Tom Paris wanted fins on the Delta Flyer for that very reason, because he's a Proton fan, and it had fins.
It all makes sense now.
It does. It does.
The next picture, though, is a side view, actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. A bit more bulk. Maybe 2 floor? No, 1 floor. But pretty big actually, pretty substantial. I mean, look how small that Type 6 is. Those are really small. All the Delta Flyer is surprisingly big. I mean, those are not a big craft. That Type 9 is bigger than I thought it was going to be compared. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is actually surprising me a little bit. I actually expected, now that I'm looking at these, I would have thought that the Captain Proton ship would have been bigger than a Delta Flyer, personally. But that's interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know why I think that. I just think that. Because the interiors are so roomy. If you go back and watch the Captain Proton episodes, they're walking around in there like it's not Delta Flyer size inside.
Mostly because they didn't think about this, what we're doing.
It's the TARDIS effect.
Which is fine, guys. It's fine.
The sets, yeah.
But actually, I have a last picture for this sort of fun episode, and we're taking another walk into the wild side. So Stuart, take us into this picture and explain all about it.
This is beautiful. This is, of course, everyone knows that this is the Planet Express ship. I love this tie-in that you did. That's amazing. Got the portholes the right size, so we got a good scale size with the Planet Express ship. And again, as we've talked about in our Fleetyards episode on a Planet Express ship, it's a restyling of a retro look that works really well.
Yes.
And so does the Captain Proton ship. So I love that you did this.
Yeah, Barry Chapman made our Planet Express ship model for us. Thanks so much, Barry. And I just thought, well, come on. I mean, they're rocket ships. Let's throw them in together. I'm not sure what purpose this serves. It's just cool.
It's the first and only time these two will ever be on screen together, ever.
The first meld of Captain Proton and Futurama universes.
Samuel, we need an animation at some point of these two flying side by side, but the Captain Proton has to have smoke going up from the engine. I don't know if you can do that.
Probably. Somehow. Wouldn't it be great,
I just think that would be hilarious.
To go in and replace a Planet Express ship docking in his bay with a Captain Proton ship and see if anyone notices, like, see how wrong it looks or how right it looks.
Yeah,
just a bit of fun here, guys. This wasn't really a serious episode. There really isn't anything to talk about, but a pretty unique thing. If you go to the next picture, this is the last picture. The first picture, pretty unique thing from the Voyager files, and it's worth giving explanation of life. And I'm sure we can talk to the designer at some point and just break down his thought process, maybe what inspired him, what other rocket ships were out there. But yeah, probably our shortest episode of Trekyards yet. And it was fun.
But we hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Always remember to share these because, some people aren't part of the page or they don't see these things. So share them to anybody you think would love them. And don't forget to subscribe, obviously. Tell them to subscribe too, your friends that haven't already. And if you want to head over to trekyards.com and help us out, there is a donate button there amongst all the other cool stuff on the website. You can learn all about us, all about our admin team, all that kind of cool stuff over there. But the donate button, if you're interested in a one-time donation to help out the show, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Because otherwise we'd be making content that's in black and white, and we don't want that. We want the full color experience for Trekyards here.
And high def.
This is true.
Technicolor high def. If you want to support the show on a regular basis, please go to Patreon, and that is the monthly donation service that helps YouTube creators like us to keep the content coming to you every single week, every single month, every single year. We'll see, we're at 2 years now. And obviously you get to see all this great content with real studio models from these shows, which we're so honoured to do and share with you guys and give them the extra bit of life in this new 2017 world. So thanks so much for watching, and tune in next time for another Trekyards Mission Briefing. Until then, I'm Quantum Cockins.
And I'm Captain Proton. Foley. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, come back. See us again.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.